What's up, guys? So I wanted to make a video on how to be more charismatic. So luckily, when I turned 18, I got shipped off to Texas to do door-to-door sales. And I did that for 2 summers. So I went to Austin, Texas, and then Houston, Texas the next year. And I was just out there knocking doors all day. So you knock on a door, someone comes out to you, you speak to them. Go to the next door, knock on it, someone comes out, you speak to them. And I would do that for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. So you have to think, I talk to a lot of people. So a lot of my friends, the main compliment, the most consistent compliment I'd say I get, people are like, you're so charismatic. Like, how do you have that energy? Like, when you speak to people, it's so like free flowing, and it's so like you just know what to say at the right time. And it really goes back to my like sales skills and my like the time I spent doing the door-to-door sales, and I'm absolutely grateful and blessed for that. So I came up with 3 things to help you guys become more charismatic. The first one is storytelling. You have to learn how to tell a captivating story. So if you're at a social event, say you're at like a little social group, you're in a circle at like a house or something, a little like house party or something. People are conversing, they're talking over there. There's a girl sitting across from you, across from the table. And she's like, hey, like, where are you from? You want to have a story in your arsenal to bust out. You want to be able to boom, say something like good. Well, hey, Trey, or like, hey, I haven't met you yet. My name is Angelina. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from here. Okay, cool. And like, how long ago did you move here? Oh, like two years ago. Like, there's nothing. It's just. So you want to be able to immediately tell a captivating story. So what you want to do is, in your free time, you want to think about these patterns and conversation that you're consistently having, and you want to craft stories. So when the subject gets brought up, you're able to tell a good story. You're able to add some charisma into the conversation. So people will say like, hey, where are you from? And I've lived like a weird, crazy life, like that's been all over the place. So I literally have like so many different stories that I tell people. And the reason being is because you want to like know your audience. So like if Angelina is like, hey, like my name's Angelina, where are you from? I'm gonna read her. I'm like, oh, beach girl all day, St. Pete beach girl. I'm like, I got this one. So she's like, hey, where are you from? And when I was 16, I moved to Amelia Island. So it's an island on a beach. So I didn't necessarily grow up there. I'm not necessarily from there, but I'm gonna say like, oh, I'm from up there, from Amelia Island on the Florida-Georgia line. Are you familiar with it? And she's gonna be like, oh yeah, I know Amelia Island, or no, I'm not familiar with it. And I'm gonna tell her the story. I'm gonna say, yeah. So when I was 16, I actually moved in with my ex-girlfriend and her mom and her sister. Me and my best friend actually moved in, and we were dating the twin sisters. We lived with them for the whole summer. We actually moved in to the Omni Plantation in their penthouse in Amelia Island, and we just got plastered every night and was riding around on golf carts and like playing golf ball and stuff like that. Just absolutely plastered. It was crazy. And like boom, I can tell a story. I can like actually talk about my life immediately and give her stems to keep the conversation like going. Like, she's gonna pick up something. If she's boring as hell and she's like, oh, that's cool, then that's someone that you don't want to talk to. But like, you want to tell these stories to open up streams of conversation, and you want to give people multiple things to talk about. Now Angelina can talk about the places that she's lived, the adventures that she's been on, the getting plastered with her friends and riding around in golf carts, like anything, she's gonna find a way to relate. That is the second thing, is you want to learn to relate. The reason being is because people like themselves. So when you speak to someone, you want to quickly find a way to connect you guys, to show them that you are like them. So there's this thing that I do. It's kind of goofy and it's kind of like funny when I think about it. But like hood alpha males. Like I'm a small little white boy. So like guys, when we come into contact with each other, like we like to banter, we like to shit test, we like to poke and see like how much we can mess with someone to see like if they're like one of the boys or not. Basically one of the boys, they're gonna talk shit back, they're gonna mess with you back, they're gonna check you back, stuff like that. So like I have this thing where like when I get around like the hood alpha males and like they start messing with me, I'm literally just straight up, I'm like, bro, I'm from Jacksonville. And every time, it works every time. They're like, oh shit, okay, like you're cool, dog. And like because they just know, they know that I can relate to them. They know that I've been around it. I can speak their language, I can talk like them, I can do these things. And they respect it. They want me to be a part of their tribe now. And I've literally experienced where like I'll do this, their friend will come and the friend will start checking me and bro will literally be like, nah bro, he's good, he's from Jacksonville. And bro will be like, oh okay, shit, all right, what's good? And we're cool just like that. And it's through the power of relating relationships. It is relating. When you are building a relationship, you are learning to relate to people. So you have to learn to relate to people. The third one is you have to ask questions. If you don't ask questions, then how are you going to uncover enough information to quickly relate to someone? So that is the third thing, is you have to ask questions. So the easiest question you can ever ask is just, where are you from? So that's a really easy one. So I was walking the dog earlier today and this girl like walked past me with her dog, and you know the dogs, the little dog thing running up on each other, and like she was talking to me and stuff. So I was like, hey, like where are you from? And she's like, I'm from up north, like blah, it's cold, blah 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 blah. But I just moved here from Texas. And I was like, what part of Texas? And she was like, oh, I'm from the Dallas area. I was like, oh, I lived in South Austin in a town called Buda, right above San Marcos, the college town. And she's like, oh yeah, like I know Austin, and like I spent a lot of time there. Boom, started talking about Austin. We connected. It was a good conversation. We felt like we knew each other. We felt like we were part of the same tribe. Like we felt like we were connected in a way. Like she felt like I was her, I felt like she was me. Like I've lived in Texas, she's lived in Texas, so we can relate. So that's the three very, very simple tips on what you can do to become more charismatic. First one is become a captivative storyteller. When you speak to people, come in, speak to them, like use your hands, all these things, but you have to practice that in your free time. You have to sharpen these stories. You have to think about the patterns of conversation you're having with people and the patterns that people are asking you. Hey, where are you from? You have to have stories of like what you can talk about immediately, and you have to have different stories that are going to engage different people. So that is the first one. In your free time, get a pen and a pad and write out where are you from, and write like 4 little stories that you can say to different walks of life. Second one is you have to learn to relate to people. People like themselves. You have to learn to quickly gather enough information and be able to connect it to you somehow. And the greatest possible way to ever develop this skill is reading. Pick up books, read everything, try different foods, go places, talk to people from tons of different places. Like you don't even necessarily have to like be that person. Like if someone's like, oh, I'm from I'm from freaking Michigan. I'm gonna be like, oh, I know a friend from Michigan. Does she say salad when she's saying solid? And they're gonna be like, yeah, she does. And we're gonna laugh and we're gonna connect, because Michigan people are absolute menaces. And anyone who knows someone from Michigan knows that they say salad for solid, and it's hilarious. So that's a connection right there. Boom. Like, it's not even necessarily me. It's just something that, boom, I can quickly talk about, like, really quick. So relate. Third one is ask questions. Questions are easy. We all know how to ask questions. Just do the first two, learn to tell stories, and then learn to relate. And then boom, you're more charismatic, and people will want to converse with you more. You will have a certain energy about you that people will like, and it will attract people in. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can find my Instagram. You can DM me, and I'd love to talk to you further. Thanks.